ILGA World and UNDP warmly welcome you to the 2024 International Pride Awards. Please welcome your host, Yaya Mavundla.
Hello, Cape Town. Good evening. Hello, world. I see everybody around from the world are here, looking amazing. A big welcome to everybody watching us from across the world on our social media and on YouTube. It is wonderful to have all of you here tonight for the very first International Pride Awards. If the world was truly equal, we wouldn't need to be here. But we are here, and there is so much equality work still needs to be done. Tonight, we say thank you to the heroes leading the way and making a big difference on the LGBTIQI+ lives. You will witness truly inspiring stories of dedication, resilience, and action. And most importantly, we hope their stories spark something in you to do whatever you can for equality wherever you can. Later on tonight, I am super excited because we are going to treat you with South Africa's very own musical powerhouse, Bongeziwe Mabandla. Right? Bongeziwe will be taking on the stage, and you don't want to miss that. And before we get on with the proceedings, a quick reminder. Please stay connected with us on our social media channels, and we are at International Pride Awards. Follow along for reaction, exclusive updates, and inspiring stories from our tonight's awardees. So our story started in June, Pride Month for many of us around the world, when we asked the global public to nominate their LGBTIQ+ equality heroes. Nominations came through from all over the continent. Stories of hope and bravery from all over the planet. Stories of people creating change and often at great risk to themselves. For those nominations, one awardee was selected in each of the 5 categories, and you'll meet them tonight. And I just saw one of our committee members. Welcome, Lady Phil. The job of making those selections fell to our highly esteemed awardees, our awards committees. To tell us a bit more about that job, which is a very, very tough one, please welcome the chair of the International Pride Awards, Mr. Jeff Omali. How are you? You look so good.
I don't look good next to Yaya, right?
Another round of
I need to
applause
glam
for you.
up a little bit.
Thank you for having us.
It's wonderful to be here.
So, Jeff, I'm sure this has been like really, really a tough one, but please tell us, how did it all work out?
So a couple of years ago, this guy named Tony Gregory phoned me up, and he had this idea. It wasn't really an idea, it was a vision for the International Pride Awards. And we all know, those of us from South Africa know the Feather Awards. There are different awards in different sectors around the world. But Tony pointed out that there's never been a global award for LGBTIQ equality heroes. It's amazing. Where have we been? So
Absolutely.
Now it's time. So tonight, Tony's vision is coming to pass. And thanks to support UNDP has from Sweden and the Netherlands, and thanks to an amazing partnership with ILGA World, we pulled together an awards committee, many of whom are here tonight, from around the world, like the nominees. And that awards committee had the very tough job of going through hundreds of nominations from around the world and somehow narrowing it down. And we have some amazing winners who we want to thank, we want to celebrate, we want to be inspired by. But I want to underline that every single person who was nominated, and frankly, many people who were not nominated, you're all heroes. And so this is about our awardees, but it's about our heroes, it's about our movement. That's it.
Absolutely, I love that.
Thanks, Yaya.
Once again, thank you so much for this incredible. Right? I think that was really, really great. And I think we can all agree that for those that really, really put in the work to make sure that we are safe, we feel seen and celebrated, really do also need to be celebrated. We are nearly ready to meet our awardees, and we've asked each of them to make a short film telling us about themselves and their work. Please be aware that there will be some emotional stories this evening. There are stories of achievement and visionary action, which is great. But please be warned that they do include themes of loss, bullying and intimidations and violence. Very many places in the world are not just indifferent to LGBTIQ plus equality. They are outright hostility. I think many of us have really, really, really faced that. Often driven by powerful institutions and influential figures. This makes the task of advocating for the LGBTIQ plus rights both perilous and profoundly challenging. So our first award tonight is for movement building in the face of hostility. To present this award are two people who've shown that powerful, real change is possible. The results of their work have brought real equality and freedom to many millions of people. As visionary lawyers, they successfully argued for the repeal of homophobic and discriminatory colonial laws that had been in place for the best part of 2 centuries in India. A warm welcome to Aradit Kuja and Manaka Guruswamy. Please welcome, you're looking amazing. Looking amazing, amazing, amazing.
Many thanks to ILGA and UNDP for starting this. Tonight's first award is a testament to the power of strength in the face of incredible adversity, and that when we dig deep and we know that change is possible, then no matter what hostility we face, no matter what circumstances we are in, we can improve the lives of others.
This award recognizes and reflects our understanding that we will never yield, never bow, and keep working. So let's see whose story this is.
Всем привет! My name is Ruslan Savolainin. I'm from Russia, but currently I live in Georgia. I'm working for different LGBT and right defenders organizations in Russia. Originally, my father, he's from Palestine. I have a Finnish surname, so my grandmother, she's Finn. I was bullied in school because, first of all, I'm not Russian. I was beaten by skinheads in St. Petersburg. They called me faggot. Once they hit me under the car and I broke my leg. When I was about 18, I was invited to a group of people who I started with new organization. It's called Coming Out LGBT Group. It exists still. It's one of the largest LGBT organizations in Russia. Also, I was coordinating Queer Fest, its largest Pride Week in Russia. Then we launched a program to provide queer people in Russia psychological support. We worked with the different Russian and international companies in Russia just to make workplaces safer for queer people. For this almost 18 or maybe 19 years, I was always involved to queer activism in Russia. Everything changed because in 2013 was adopted anti-gay propaganda law that prohibits spreading information. Last year was adopted a new law against transgender people in Russia, and last year foreign agents law controlling NGOs in Russia put this fake label on your organization or on you. Because when you became a foreign agent in Russia, you can do anything. You can't provide your support legally to people. People around, especially your supporters, will be afraid to support your work, to donate money, to become volunteers, because they afraid that this law also will affect them. A lot of queer people in Russia are in a trap. They can't do anything. They have no rights, they have no opportunity to protect themselves. And a lot of organizations that were recognized as foreign agents moved abroad from Russia, from the country, and trying to continue their work. Staying in Russia and continue doing my job, I suppose I would be in jail now. Just to lost connection with your family, with your home. It's awful. I wouldn't wish to feel something like that even to my worst enemy. I would say that I'm in pain all the time. My dream just to see my mom again. I'm not sure if I see her one more time. I will always miss home and my mom. I was involved into activities that I can't name now just because it isn't safe, even if I'm outside of the country. But this part that can't be named, I'm really proud of. I remember people who lost everything, who lost their homes, who lost their families. Their lives were in danger, and I know that they are in safe now, in safe countries where they can be open about themselves and who they are. Some of people who we helped, they became our volunteers. We have a media course where we teach people how to make their own projects, how to write articles and do activism online. It's online school, it's online project, and they do great work. They do incredible projects. I always had a large group of volunteers, a large group of my colleagues who couldn't be open about their work, about their activities. I'm trying to imagine that I'm not alone here. So my colleagues, my friends who done this work for so many years with me, they're here. They're all here. I'm here, not alone. I never thought about this thing that I build something, build a movement. I always think that I've done too little, that I could do much more. I truly believe, I hope that people in Russia, queer people in Russia, they will stay strong. And so that's why we continue doing what we do.
I think that is really, really, really powerful. We can all agree that this is really, really, really emotional for many, and I think this really deserves
Shame for international organization, shame for global movement, shame support
With that said, beautiful people, I would like to call on stage Ruslan Volasian, who is our awardee for the evening. Ruslan, everybody. What an amazing, amazing, amazing work that you do. We truly, truly, truly honor you for the work and the bravery that you put up. Really, when they say no one is like you, they mean people like yourself. Congratulations.
I prepared my speech, but I think I will say something different. I want to say sorry to all who feel bad about me being on this stage. I know your feeling. I know your feeling about the war. My father, he fled his country. My family lost their home too. They fled Palestine. It's not my fault.
We love you.
But anyway, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all your kindness and all your support. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, Ruslan. Thank you. I think we can do more of that. You know, we can do more of that. Right? You know, I think this is so fitting following what we've just seen now. When Nelson Mandela said, to be free is not to merely cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. There are people who do not personally suffer the injustices and the inequalities the LGBTIQ plus community suffer. Yet they make a stand and strive to enhance the freedom of others. Our freedom, that is. They are our allies, and we honor them tonight. With the award of Extraordinary Ally, to present this award is my dear friend, a British political activist who is the co-founder of Black Pride. Please welcome to South Africa, Lady Phil. Good to have you.
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Come on, we're in South Africa. How are we doing? Okay, so I have the great pleasure of introducing, or I guess speaking to why Extraordinary Ally is important. And for those of you that are videoing, make sure that it's my good side. Otherwise, if it goes on Instagram, I will report you. So, Extraordinary Ally, I guess when we talk about an ally, every single one of us in this room is an ally to something, some group, or something that is not necessarily our lived experience. And the importance of this particular role is where somebody is standing up when we are in conflict as queer people, as black queer people, as disabled queer people, as young queer people, as trans queer people, as many, many different things as queer people in this global movement. They stand shoulder to shoulder, side by side. They don't just pick up in the moment, they are there for the movement. And they stand tall in the face of adversity. So with that said, I would like to roll the tape.
Kora Namibia, Viva Africa. I am Lisa Ellers, coming to you from Gums, Windhoek, Namibia, Africa. I'm the co-CEO of Drag Night Namibia. I'm a singer, an actress, a technical director, and of course, a freedom fighter for equal Namibia. As a cisgender, heterosexual wife, mother, it breaks my brain that I can love the person I love and marry and have a family, but a queer person can't do that in my country today in 2024. Firstly, we were under Germany and then under South Africa as a colonized country, and we still had that sodomy law of South Africa until 2024, when eventually our beautiful High Court said we are no longer falling under the sodomy law of apartheid South Africa. And that is huge for Namibia. We've been oppressed and suppressed, and there's this very conservative, conventional air that people breathe, and the hearts and minds of the people still need to change, because if an open gay couple walk hand in hand in Independence Avenue, there will be gasps, there will be issues. I have witnessed my beautiful colleagues and friends being thrown with stones, and the reality is that Namibia has been marred with trans killings recently. We founded Drag Night Namibia in 2021 because we saw a need for a platform that offered a safe space not only for queer performers but for ally performers like myself. The mission is to increase inclusivity and visibility. We go through a process of asking possible drag queens or artists to contact us or audition. And then we put you through a process where we mentor you, where we show you the power of makeup artistry. We give the queens a boot camp, and they are exhausted and they're like, oh my God, why did I even sign up? It's so hard. The testimonies that we get from our queens saying, I think Drag Night saved my life. Because if I didn't have this outlet, and if I didn't feel safe with you, Lisa, or with Miss Mavis, or with Gigi, I don't know what or where I would have been today. And that's how I know we're doing something right. It has not always been easy to be an outspoken ally. And I'm speaking about our Christmas in July show that happened a few years back. So I was busy DJing. All of a sudden, more than 10 police officers marched into our venue and ordered everyone to keep quiet, turn the music down. There's been a noise complaint. We believe this is an illegal event. I gave my team one look and I sent all my queens to the dressing room. There was a very split moment where I knew if I say the wrong thing, I'm going to go to jail. If I say the wrong thing, my 15 performers were going to jail for whatever they believe we were doing. We suddenly realized, even if you do everything right, if you're not fitting the mold, you can get thrown into jail. There was one police officer that had a glimmer of hope. In the rest of the eyes, I saw disgust. I just said, officers, we need to understand what's happening here. You say it's a noise complaint, this is our permit. You say we don't have a liquor license, this is our permit. So we understood that it was an act of intimidation. So I was pretty strong then, but when I got home after we packed up, I was done. I had finally understood what it means. It finally dawned on me what my brothers and sisters are going through as queer individuals in the country, to feel they're coming for me and I'm going to jail now. It's a calling. It's knowing that my family, my queer family members, my queer business partners, my friends have someone in me that can shed light with whatever celebrity status I have in this country, telling me that being queer is un-African. When you as an ally say that's not true, you speak love into the LGBT community. What you do is you empower somebody, and you might just empower somebody who wasn't sure, can I speak up? Is it safe to speak up? You can show them that it is good and great to speak up, because then you might just infect people with love speech. And if you as an ally can preach love speech, oh baby, things are gonna change.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And our dear this evening is Lise Atlas. Welcome, Lise. A warm, warm, warm welcome for our dear.
Namibia Taire, Namibia Taire, Namibia Taire, Taire Mama Tai Tai Tai. I feel so grateful to receive this award. Thank you, ILGA. Thank you, International Pride Awards, especially Tony and team. You've been so kind and supportive. I stand on the shoulders of giants. Thank you, Drag Night Namibia. Thank you, Equal Namibia. Thank you, Positive Vibes Trust. Thank you to our Pride Consortium. Thank you to Alchemia. And thank you to my family, Hendrik, Sapa, Lua, Carl. You are the air in my lungs. The world can be a very cruel place, but if there is no peace and safety without inclusion, there is no safety and peace for anyone. So even if your voice is trembling, and even if your body is shaking, please speak out against injustice. You might just save somebody's life that day. Thank you.
Congratulations again. And she says, if there is no inclusion for anyone, there is no safety for anyone. I hope we remember that. Our next award tonight is for celebrating diverse lives. This award attracted many incredible and wide-range nominations for people championing protection, freedom, and equality for trans, gender diverse, and intersex people. To present this award is someone who themselves has achieved so much for the realization of human rights of transgender and gender non-conforming people. Please welcome our own superstar, Miss Liberty Haters. You look gorgeous.
Good. I feel like I'm overdressed though.
No, it's...
Didn't get the memo.
It's what executive directors of gender dynamics do, man. You know?
Yeah, I know something. It's my Good evening, everyone. It is really my honor to be presenting this award, celebrating the diverse lives of transgender, diverse, and intersex persons in a world that tells us that we should not have control over our own bodies and our own destinies, and a world that tells us that we should be erased from the stories of humanity. This particular award is really symbolic of the courage and the resistance that we put up as transgender, diverse, and intersex persons within the world. And it is one award, but there are many, many stories of courage and resistance, and we cannot reduce that to one award. And so I think recognition should be given to the many people who are not getting an award, but continue to do the hard work of fighting for dignity, equality, and for freedom. And so we find hope, we find strength, we find inspiration in stories such as the story of the recipient of this award. And so let's see who it is.
Hello, I am Emmanuel Silva from Angola. I'm she, her. I am an artist, a social activist, and the founder of I Am Trans movement. When I started studying, I noticed that I was seen as different by other boys. The first experiences of bullying, for example, that contributed a lot to mold my personality somehow and becoming more resilient. And you sort of saying, you know, I'm a bit lost here. I feel this way, but then I look myself in the mirror and absolutely has nothing to do with the way I perceived myself. At the age of 19, I moved to the UK to live, study, and work. So it was a new beginning. It was fascinating to me that at that time, over 20 years ago, a completely different society and world around me, where it was giving me the chance to be more open to accept myself and to be myself. In 2007, I made the decision of making the first steps towards my transition. And it was in 2011 that I went all the way with the sexual reassignment surgery. It was one of the biggest and best decisions of my life. All the pieces of the puzzle started to be put into the right places, and there was no way back. And everybody around me noticed that it was something different for the better. In 2012, I decided to return from the UK. The context in Angola regarding the LGBT community, it's a sweet and sour kind of taste. Because you have the new laws that do defend LGBT people and promise to protect in case of violence. But then you have a society that in the majority, it's very conservative, it's extremely religious. As a trans person, you have difficulty being accepted and be respected when, for example, you go for the health services, for example, when you are a student, for example, and we have many cases of trans women who have been forced to cut their hair off and change their mannerism and change their clothing. I think that I needed a platform to show, not only to give answer to all the challenges that the trans community faces, but mainly to bring together the trans community. I founded the I Am Trans movement, Angola. And the first step was to create a campaign called I Am Trans. So in that campaign, many trans people would hold a sign saying I am trans. So many trans people will actually dying to get the chance to be seen and to be heard. And obviously, the next step was to introduce the movement to many institutions, especially governmental institutions. So the police, the Ministry of Justice, of Health, Education. The way to change hearts and minds through training is the method that is used. The people responsible for giving the training are people from the community. And also people have the chance to make all the questions that they have to make. And we have to be prepared and open to give all the answers that they need. And simply say, this is exactly what we go through, and this is exactly what people like you, or people in your position, if you don't have the right mindset, make us go through. And this is the challenges that we face, you make us face, and this is the changes that we need. They need to understand who we are who we are, and why it is important for us to be considered, respected, and embraced. When I'm not active making social changes or provoking the debate, I'm making sure that I'm showing society how useful I can also be artistically, as a painter, as an actress, in the modeling industry, as a designer, as a TV presenter. Every single time a body like mine is in those spaces that gives the visibility and the chance to actually talk. It's an act of a revolution. It's activism itself. We just have to keep on being pushy, more daring in a very positive way, and to be resilient and persistent. So persistency is the key. If I have to give an advice to my enemy, is to not push my button, because if you push my button, I'm going to do much better than you ever expected me to do.
I think as an executive director of Gender Dynamics, this is something really so special to you personally, but also as a director. And I think I'll give you the honor that we call out the name together. Yeah. And our D tonight is Amani De Silva. Welcome, Sonias! Congratulations! What a powerful story!
Hi. I knew I shouldn't have put mascara on. When I'm nervous, I tend to forget things. So, well, I want to start by saying thank you to ILGA World for such an amazing event and for the recognition, and UNDP for all the support. I would like to thank all our partners and everybody that, in one way or the other, walks hand in hand with our project. I can be very annoying in a very positive way, because I have a dream, and that dream is that everybody is able to be themselves and to be free. I'd like to take advantage to also, say a huge thank you to the small team that I already have had the movement, young transgender individuals, transgender men and women who also believe in change, in progress, and contributing for a better life for all. I would like to take advantage to also pay a homage to one of the biggest LGBT pioneers, Carlos Fernandes, who we have lost brutally at the beginning of this year, and we still have no answers. Thank you so much, Carlos, for all your contribution and, for being the man that built it, the first and so far the biggest LGBT organization. Thank you. I just want to finish this by saying that there is something that we are born with, and it's one of the biggest gifts. It's called freedom. And it's something that we cannot allow for anybody to take it off of us. Thank you. And to all of you here, you are all here for a purpose and for a reason. We are all here responsible to inspire and to push others and to believe in themselves and to get stronger. And do remember, to those who keep insisting in cutting off our wings, they are actually trapped in a much bigger cage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. I think we can all agree that you are loved, which is why you are celebrated tonight. And thank you so much. Our next award tonight is for lifelong pursuit of equality. I know a lot of you might think, maybe you, but no, I'm still very, very young for that. I do not qualify yet. To present that award is someone who has also spent so much of his life as a renowned scholar, writer, a lecturer, and a gender and sexuality, and is currently an independent expert for the UN Human Rights Council. Please welcome Graham Reid. Good evening, Graham. Looking dapper.
Thank you. What an honor and a privilege it is for me to be here tonight, and back in my home country is a very special evening for me. To be in a room of such amazing activists and advocates, and recognizing too that this is just a fraction of a movement. So often for activists and advocates, I feel it's inevitable that one is caught up in the immediacy of the day-to-day. This protest, this press release, this thought piece. And how often do we have an opportunity to step back and reflect on the successes, on the progress that has been made, progress that's seldom linear, progress that can be slow and piecemeal. And tonight we have the opportunity of reflecting not over weeks or months, but over decades, for the Lifelong Pursuit of Equality Award. Let's see who it is and hear their story.
Hola, hello, salut. I am Sonia Correa. I'm a feminist. I'm Brazilian. I have been working for many decades on matters related to gender and sexuality. And for the last 20 years, I have been the co-chair of Sexuality Policy Watch. I would say that the first milestone is to have become an adult in the 1960s, in the midst of the cultural and sexual revolution of those times, which in Brazil coincided with the military dictatorship. And so we were both claiming freedoms that we did not have as the young people in relation to matters concerning sexuality, but we were also on the street and mobilizing against authoritarianism. A second milestone was how I became a feminist in France in the 1970s, in the midst of I would say this was the height, this was the blossoming moment of French feminism, including because this was when the abortion law reform has taken place. This has left me a deep mark. The third moment is definitely the privilege I had having been part of the large and wide feminist movement that has followed the 1919 conferences of the UN. Here I'm speaking of Rio, 92, Vienna, Cairo, Beijing, the +5 reviews, and up to the Durban conference on racism, racial discrimination, xenophobia, and related forms of discrimination, which has later opened up to matters more deeply and consistently related to gender and sexuality. As, for example, the role I have played as the chairperson of the drafting committee that has elaborated the Yogyakarta principles. It has opened the grounds for matters of gender identity and sexual orientation to be consistently incorporated in the normative frames and the epistemologies of international human rights law. If you're on the marketplace, you know how many products have been sold, how much profit you have got out of that. When you're doing political work, its effects are usually invisible. Sometimes they take years to emerge in front of you. It's intangible work. We have managed to change international human rights norms and modes of thinking. When you work directly with the specific cases of human rights violations and going through that painful process of following a case that may take 10 years, at the end of the day, you get a juridical, constitutional, or decision coming from one of the human rights committees saying that your quest was right, that the human rights of that person or that group was violated, and somebody has to reparate that injustice. But I'm also very pleased when sometimes I go to large international conferences and there's people that come to me just to say that they want to talk to me because they have read me. So when people come to me and say, that paper changed my life in many ways, that's incredibly moving. It's something that puts me all the time on the verge of crying, because it's like the bottle with a message that you have thrown in the sea, and the message is coming back from the ocean. So it's really an incredible experience. When you see that justice, freedom, and equality is flourishing in some ways, you see that light, that glimpse of another world is there, and you can almost touch it. To see that your dream, your imagination is not just a fantasy. I also have an imagination that younger people today, if they imagine and they dream, they are an incredible force to continue this work that is not just mine, has been done by so many throughout history. I know that reaching full equality is an ambitious imagination, but we have to have the world and the conditions of the world open for that. We should not fight for equality because it's something ideological or because it's the main tenet of justice. It's all of that. But also because it's a path for everybody to be more happy and joyful living in complex societies. And I probably also say to people that they may not realize, but everybody would be much happier and joyful in a more equal world.
Ooh. Okay. Unfortunately, Sonia couldn't be with us tonight. But for us lucky people, we are connecting with Sonia live from Brazil. Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Welcome to South Africa in spirit. Lovely to connect with you. How are you feeling? Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Buzuko Benzolo, boa noite, buenas noches, good night. Bonsoir. Oh, on the one hand, I'm feeling sad because I deeply regret not being able to be with you all today, tonight, in Cape Town, in particular with the other people, amazing people that as myself have been awarded tonight. On the other hand, it's wonderful that we have technology for me to be able to virtually express how honored and deeply moved I am for having my work on equality in the domains of gender and sexuality to be recognized. My work that may have contributed for more justice, equality, and freedom for queer people around the world. You have heard much about myself, but I want to say additional few words tonight. First, to thank UNDP and most principally the ILGA community for this tribute. But I want also to say that I do not consider this award to be a personal award. It's not a tribute to myself. I consider it to be a tribute to all the people that I cannot name tonight, with whom I have worked hard for so many years in the harsh front lines of the struggles for equality and freedom in the realms of gender and sexuality. Most principally, I think it's a tribute for those whom I do not know, who are laboring in the very engaging, very fierce and even dangerous struggles for gender and sexuality related rights in conditions of extreme poverty, entrenched races, police brutality, migration, fights for migration rights, conflict, war, and even genocide. Struggling for equality in the domains of gender and sexuality has been always a very hard task. However, I do think that under the conditions now prevailing in the world, the struggles are on the one hand more difficult, more hard, but at the same time, yet more fundamental to contest and resist the rise and consolidation of political forces that are basically moved by staunch passions for inequality in all its manifestations. Inequalities of race, of class, of disability, of age, of place of origin, but also inequalities and asymmetries related to gender and sexuality. And as we know, these passions for inequality can be lethal for the lives and bodies that refuse to fit into these hierarchies. And to end, I would like to recover a reflection by one of my preferred sources of inspiration, whom is Hannah Arendt, the political philosopher of the times of Nazi fascism that has written about totalitarianism, who wrote that we must be aware that one of the main aims of destructive ideologies, such as fascism, but other forms of authoritarianism, their main aim is to fuel loneliness, to promote social isolation that closes off our minds to the world, leaving us with a sense of being abandoned. And somehow these are the conditions of the times we are living in. And because of that, my last message for you all tonight is that more than ever, this is a time for us to be together. Thank you very much.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Before I let you go, I just want to say that skin, whoo, okay. Really love it. Beautiful
And may I
people.
just say, Sonia, it just remains for me to symbolically hand over this award. I can't imagine a more worthy recipient, and I'm so thrilled that I'm the one who has the honor to give this to you. We go back many years as an astute analyst and somebody who I've known through academic work and also as a member of the Advisory Committee of Human Rights Watch. I remember the first time we met in Rio. Congratulations, I'm so thrilled to give you this award.
It's also an honor and a pleasure then to have you as the person who has given me the award. I'm really very pleased with that, and I want to leave a message of solidarity, love, and resistance to all my friends that are in the room tonight.
I think we can all agree that it is so beautiful to see two friends celebrating each other, because that was just so amazing. A wonderful story of a life dedicated to realizing dreams of freedom. Powerful words there from Sonia, really incredible. Inspiring the next generation to dare to dream of a better and more equal world, of more joyous world for everybody. And it will be the new leaders who takes us there, which bring us to our final award for the evening, the award for Emerging Leader. To present this award, it is a brave, outspoken individual who is an advocate for LGBTIQ plus rights, a person who has suffered threats, loss of friends to homophobic killings. She is currently the co-executive director of United and Strong, and the only LGB group in St. Lucia. Please give a warm welcome to Kenita Pilseed. Looking amazing.
Good evening, everyone. And let me just say, previously United and Strong, but currently the co-founder and executive director of Eastern Caribbean Alliance for Diversity and Equality, ECAN. And I think one of the amazing things about tonight, not just seeing so many people I haven't seen in so long, but I think it's also a case of thinking about community mobilizing, thinking about how we do our work, engaging people on a daily, always trying to look for new blood, thinking about just motivating persons to get involved in this. Every time we stand up, every time we are visible, every time we speak, we are basically saving a life. We are saving a life simply because we are letting other people know they are not alone. We are letting them know they are not in isolation. The issues are not just in a country or in a town. It is something that is happening globally. And so when I think about being selected to give this award tonight, I'm thinking about the number of young people that come to the activities that we have, whether it's a conference, whether it's a talk, something we posted on social media that has gotten so far and beyond. And it's really an honor to be able to stand here before you, to be able to honor someone who have been selected because they have stepped forward. And really looking forward to hearing the story and seeing who it is.
Namaste. My name is Aditya Rai, and I identify myself as a gender fluid man. Right now, I'm currently working as an executive director in the Rainbow Disability Nepal. My hobby is painting. The things that I get from painting is basically my mental peace. Some paintings are personal, surrealistic of my situations that I have faced. the discriminations, the isolations, and the bullying. I was raised in an orphanage actually, so I don't have any family background. I'm alone in this world. And looking back at those times, it was very challenging for me. And it was like a totally a jail. You cannot see outer world. You can't be socialized with the society. You can't be seen by other people. And yes, I was beaten every day mostly, and I was never treated as the child or the human. Even my food was eaten by the big brothers, and every day, like after coming from school, I had to wash big brother clothes. Then after only I was allowed to eat. This one teacher never accepted me because of my own disability and femininity. He called me as a one-hand lady, and that was so that was so hard. Looking at the other children, they were adapted very easily, but I was left behind, and I was never treated as wanted by the other people. So somehow my inner feeling is like I also want somebody to adopt me. I don't know why, but it's just a dream of my heart. I want to have a family. I told everyone that I want to be out from this hotel and live myself. Then after I started taking a rent rooms, and I was only 16. I was rejected from orphanage. They evicted me from this support and my education support. I only had one choice, was to beg or to do sex work till 2018. So that's how I did. I survived. I can only say the motivations gave me to say like, okay, everything is too much. Now I have to start some new journey. That was the moment, yeah. In 2018, 19 was the moment that I need to do something. My emotion was like, should I do it or not? Should I go into this field or not? Do even my own community accept me or not? I wanted to show myself to community people that I exist. I do have my own visibility. I do have my own sexuality. I do have my own preference of choices. I do have my own emotions. People need to know that we do exist. The organization is Rainbow Disability Nepal. So it is one and only organization working for queer disability in Nepal. While I was setting up this organization, the landlord was not giving me a space because I dress up differently comparatively other men. So she was saying like, okay, we are not giving this space to this disabled people or like the femininity people. I looked for so many places, but finally I was able to set up this. I got this office, and we are here for 2 years. And right now the RTN is working for the advocacy, equal rights and inclusion of queer disability, and a space where they can come forward, where they can share their feelings. And in 2023 RTN did a living survey condition of queer disability, because none of the organization ever in Nepal or the government of Nepal have ever worked for the queer disability rights. So I can say like I am the only first person and the RTN to do the research. Every year we are providing education support, and also we are giving them life skill trainings. Now one of the girls she identified as lesbian and deaf. Now she has finished the course of tailoring. After that she can have a setup of a small shop, and she can earn daily income by tailoring as well. Some of my colleagues with queer disability, they are joining our English class and also learning a computer class. I'm doing as much as possible I can for them to survive and to have skillful knowledge. It's important for me to take RTN into international level where they where queer disability people can come together, exchange learnings, and do daily activities to self-motivate each other. My community people calls me as mother, as a sister, as a leader. So coming out and being a leader in the community, tomorrow definitely I will generate more leaders among from queer disability community.
That was really deserving of this moment, right? So let's welcome our awardee for tonight, Aditya Rai. Give it up for Aditya, everybody!
Congratulations, Aditya.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So much emotions to control. I don't want to cry, but my tear fell down because I have been crying since from my childhood. So today I'll try to control my tears and read. I'm surprised, I'm humbled, yet so excited to receive this award. This award is giving me recognition and value worth of my existence. Also, thank you all to those who have tortured, discriminated against me. Because all of that situation, now I'm standing strong with my community right? And with this award. My lesson from my experience, despite of no family, no support, no money, my inner willingness has given me a fruit, which is Rainbow Disability Nepal. Once again, thank you UNDP, Tony, and Ilga World. Also, I would like to thank Graham Hitchcock, who have changed my life, and he's from New Zealand. This is the first award that is received by queer disability persons of Nepal. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, incredible. Whew. So deserving for that moment and for it being the last award, right? You know, what an incredible group of people our awardees are. I mean, you've seen it yourselves. What an inspiration. And what a difference they have made to so many LGBTIQ plus people's lives. We hope that, ooh, okay, look at me. We hope with that, by sharing their stories, they have also shared hope at a time where it feels like really reality that we all need. Hope that we can make equally progress even when the going gets tough. Thank you so much for being here and for watching and for helping us thank our equally heroes. None of this would have been possible without the strong support of the Sweden and the Kingdom of the Netherlands, who generally supports the International Pride Awards project. To close off the evening, like I had promised earlier, the evening of International Pride Awards, I am so delighted to welcome the incredible and most talented world superstar, Bongeziwe Mabanda. I'm changing.
Do you think about other people and the places that they sleep at night? How we struggle through complex anxieties, whole life without ambition. Don't we all want to hold our heads up, have pride when we walk the streets? But in these cold, cold, concrete days, there are division, contradictions. Oh, what is freedom if there's no freedom for everyone? Oh, what is freedom if there's no freedom for all of us? Freedom for the factory man, freedom for the farmer boy, freedom for everyone. Freedom for the woman, freedom in the home, freedom for everyone. I used to believe in justice and tales with happy endings, that no one could ever struggle, oh, until their life is over. But I had to go and change my mind and see the truth before me. It's everyone for themselves. Is that the way that we condition? Then, and what is freedom if there's no freedom for everyone? Oh, what is freedom if there's no freedom for all of us? Freedom for the factory man, freedom for the farmer boy, freedom for everyone. Freedom for the woman, freedom in the home, freedom for everyone. So this next song is a love song, and it's called Masizia Galele. Goes something like this. Zelesa Konele Sesema Pile Santana Napina Ma Sesema Galele Sesema sebayele abazazi inhliziyo zethu noma kunini sizibambile sothanda naphina I'm so nervous today, I don't know why, but thank you so much. And it's such an honor to play at such a special event and to spend today with all you beautiful people in this room. Thank you very much. I'm gonna play the last one, and it's called Isipelo, and it's about the end, and it goes something like this. Thank you. Sakiso, Pelopes, Weleliswa, Atenim, Dimena, Watlabe. Sakiso, Pelopes, Weleliswa, Atenim, Dimena, Watlabe. Atenim. Thank you so much.
I swear to God, I thought that was so incredible.
Thank you.
So, I mean, I'm still very starstruck, by the way. I think we all are. Bongeziwe, quick one. That was really, really incredible.
Thank you.
But I know for many of you guys that are coming from anywhere in the world that you need to now extend your flights. You know why? Because Bongeziwe have another show on Friday. Tell us about your tour, Bongeziwe.
Yes, I am doing a tour. I've been all around the world and we are bringing it back to South Africa. We've been working really hard and we'd like to invite you all to join us on Friday. Tickets at Quickets and at Bongeziwe Mabandla. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm sure many of you are thinking, yes, I need more and more and more and more. And you know what? Before you even go to the shows, stream the albums. Albums. Thank you so much, Bongeziwe. You guys have been really, really, really incredible tonight. It's been really such a great moment to be with you, to celebrate with you. You look amazing. But hey, it doesn't end here, because after a few minutes that you're going to go take outside, like 15 minutes, we return here for the first ever ILGA Ballroom hosted by the fabulous Salon. Good night.